Welcome to Her Story, the podcast where we share the real, behind-the-scenes journeys of founders who are shaping our Space Coast and Treasure Coast communities.
This show is about the stories that don't always make it to social media, the turning points, the risks, the lessons learned, and the moments that quietly change everything.
We sit down with founders and small business leaders to talk about where they started, what they've overcome, and what it truly takes to build something meaningful.
Her Story is produced in partnership with We Venture Women's Business Center. It elevates small businesses and inspires the next generation of entrepreneurs to pursue their ideas with confidence.
You do not have to build alone. There's an entire community ready to help take your ideas from vision to reality.
Whether you're a business owner or a dreamer in the early stages, or someone who loves supporting small businesses, this show is for you.
This is Her Story.
I get the amazing privilege now of being able to talk to people at the start of their journey who have an idea or who are just at the very beginning. And oftentimes they ask me, they're like, oh, you've raised money. Like, I have this idea, I want to raise money. And I probably, you can only share your own experience.
Yeah.
So I'm probably a little biased, but what I tell people is, look, I validated this for years before we raised a dime.
Right.
John put money into the company. I put money into the company. Neither of us had a paycheck for a long time. And we were in the trenches just really validating that this was something people wanted. Once we launched the Kickstarter, the successful Kickstarter was a really good traction.
Yeah.
People want this.
Confirmation.
Yeah. And so by the time I actually started to raise money, we had sold out of a first run and I had a waiting list of professional grade customers and home customers.
You had the demand. So
Yeah.
you had a lot of data.
The case to raise money wasn't, I have this idea.
Yes.
Let's raise money to build. No, it was, we've built the thing.
Yeah.
We've sold the thing. We have
We need
demand
more
for
things.
more of the thing.
They're ready to buy. Just need more of the thing.
So in hindsight, I was terrified. I was so scared of asking somebody to invest in my business. And in hindsight,
That's hard.
That's a whole different element.
Yeah.
there's so much involved with that if you've never been there, you've never been there.
Yeah.
And you can run a business for its entire life cycle and never have to fundraise too. There's so many different ways to run a business. In my case, I would not have been able to move on to my next production without some outside funding.
So Megan, going to a bank and just getting a loan, that was not a part of the equation at that time?
I wish it could have been. So to be bankable, right? To be able to go out and get a more traditional loan.
Yeah.
There's several ways that it can be done, but even SBA and things that are slightly more small business friendly, oftentimes they look at things like yourself and your personal credit and your personal assets. I had great personal credit, but I was a 20-something-year-old. I didn't have real estate. I didn't have. So it was very, very difficult. I looked into it, and PayPal was willing to give me a loan of $15,000. And that's because we used PayPal to process our payments.
You saw money.
But in talking with the banks, a lot of them want to work off of a few different things, and we just never quite were able to meet it. And think about this too. We had sold through all of our products, so we had some cash in the bank, but we weren't doing any revenue at that time.
So
oftentimes if they, maybe you don't have a big asset or something like that, but they want to see, okay, what's your last 3 months of revenue?
cash flow.
0?
It was so hard.
Other data would support it. You have all these POs that haven't been fulfilled yet.
You would think so, but when you're e-commerce, there's no PO. So PO financing and factoring, totally a thing. I wasn't selling wholesale, so I didn't have POs. I had customers on a waiting list. I had individual people. And when those people place orders, they're buying the product and they're paying for it up front, and then you ship it to them. So I didn't have...
But it's honor systems at that point.
Yeah, I didn't have orders to...
I see. I thought the orders were already placed at that point.
So that's something that I did choose to do. So once I started fundraising and I realized that I was going to have enough capital to buy materials to make the next batch, I opened up pre-orders for the next batch.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, but let's talk for a minute about like, you learn so much about yourself.
Yeah.
What you're willing to do,
tell
what
us.
you're not willing to do. And
Take
it just,
us on that personal journey.
yeah, it comes down to comfort. And I am a very uncomfortable person with risk, which makes it so hard to be an entrepreneur.
Yeah, 'cause you're so good. So to be risk averse, that's interesting.
I don't like debt. I don't even like having a car payment. So it's really challenging to have to leverage financial tools to build a business.
Yeah, that's very different.
Yes.
Mom and dad taught you these things, that's why?
My parents are both extremely financially conservative. They're savers, not spenders.
So there it is. They were very good with
Yeah.
planning and
I don't think they
keeping
came out
things.
and told me that.
But we model off of them. Whether
Absolutely.
it's,
Yeah,
yes,
yeah.
I
said or
watched
not.
them not take a vacation for years. I watched them.
So
Very much like, okay, we pick the things that we're going to spend the money on.
Below your means. And
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
So anything that was even, again, back to fundraising, even asking people to believe in what I'm building as well. So that it took a lot of understanding how that works and making sure that I was 100% a believer in what I was doing.
You have to lean into your why.
You do. And one of those things was I learned really early on, even with the Kickstarter, a couple things. I'm unwilling to take money from a customer if I'm not 100% sure that I'm going to be able to deliver the product.
Yeah.
So with the Kickstarter, it's really, you're taking money up front and then you're trying to bring it to life. And from that lesson, Kickstarter doesn't actually, if you never make the product, they don't require you to refund people. So there have been several Kickstarter campaigns that honestly tried. I mean, they spent the money in the research, development, engineering, tooling. They never made they never got the product to the finish line, and people lost their money.
And you couldn't stomach that.
And I learned. So we said we would deliver in 6 months. It took us a year, right?
Right.
As we're getting up to that 6 months, the tooling is taking longer. The electronics are taking longer. Everything, just development is hard. And so we were putting out these updates. So when you post an update to Kickstarter, it goes out to all your backers. And so backers, the first backer was like close to that 6 month delivery timeline where I came out with an update. And I think we said like, we're not going to be able to meet our original deadline. We're hoping to have it out before Christmas, right? That was the next step. I was really hoping to get it into people. And we didn't even make it in time for that. So
How many
huge
times
lesson.
did you write and rewrite that message?
Oh my God, I probably drafted it, I don't know, 10, 20 times,
I
like
bet.
in my own head.
So hard.
And I kept coming down to just be transparent. Here's exactly where the holdup is. Here's where the money has gone. Here's what we're working on.
Just tell the truth.
Just tell the truth.
Tell the truth.
It's hard to feel like you're at odds with yourself when you're telling the truth.
Right, because you don't want to disappoint them. So you're like struggling with that conflict. But it is the truth. Look, will they support me? Will they understand? Like, I can totally see how that.
So two things, like along with telling the truth, I also learned really quickly that I didn't want anybody to feel like they were
Taken advantage of.
Forced on the journey. I think that's more it.
Yeah.
So in this update, when I knew we weren't going to meet our deadline, I came out and I wrote that, unfortunately, we're not going to make the deadline. Here's exactly why. Here's next steps. We're still confident we're going to be able to put out the product, but it's going to take longer. And then I also said at the same time, Kickstarter doesn't require refunds, but for anybody who this is stretched on too long, life changes, right? Like things can change for individuals. So I said, if you're not really as excited as we are to keep on this journey, let us know and we will refund you.
Wow, that's huge.
That really is.
Especially when the bank account was going dry and you don't.
But nobody say yes.
Right? Like internally, like, I hope you're still willing to be on this journey with us. But it came down to it. We had one person reach out and it was so heartbreaking. They lost their dog tragically in an accident.
Oh my God.
And this one person reached out and they said, hey, this is what's happened. Is there any way that you could refund us? We had all these vet bills and we lost it. It was so tragic.
That's awful.
And instantly, my reaction is, of course. Of course I'm going to refund your money. I'm so sorry this has happened to you. I cannot imagine the pain of losing a pet tragically. And then I thought about it further and I was like, wait a minute. Does somebody have to lose their pet in order for me to actually know, like, where's that line? The line is, if you no longer want to have this product, I will refund you. So I put that out there, and then community came back again. You know, it's community-driven organic product, organic company. We had fewer than like 10 people who needed to cancel their order.
Amazing.
Out of 300?
That's such validation too. Because you're like, are they judging us?
Yeah.
Are they as upset as we think they
It's
are?
that heartfelt, honest message.
Yeah.
And
they were
it's
being truthful, and they
it's
could
about
feel
being
it.
truthful, not when you're being put up to it either. So I learned that I learned so many things in that Kickstarter campaign to send updates frequently. Like, hey, and here's when you'll get another update. So I think we started doing monthly updates. I can look back and figure it out, but it was like, you're going to get an update. Here's when you're going to get the next update.
So powerful.
Expectations.
Yes.
So powerful.
Like good, bad, or ugly, I'm going to tell it to you straight.
Yeah, so they can
Yes.
trust you.
Yes.
And you're still building a relationship just through the update.
And I actually think, I'll never know, but I actually think that people were more willing to hang in there, knowing that if they got to a point where they weren't confident anymore, that they could get their money back.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
The fact that you were willing to allow them to still have that choice.
Yeah.
And then almost honor, like, I recognize that you're staying on this journey with us. And thank you.
And that extends forward
so cool.
to this day. So truly, like, let's fast forward, because the company has had a lot since then.
Yeah.
So now I raised money. I obviously got material. So we were out of stock from June of 2019 to like July of 2020.
Oh, wow.
If you
The whole year?
a little over a year.
Wow.
So if you would have told me that as I'm buying out my business partner,
that you would have gone dry.
COVID's going to happen
Oh my gosh, I had COVID.
in a few months,
Yeah.
I bought John out in November of 2019.
You would not have done it.
The universe was just
wild.
listening to you.
Right? Like giving me the validation when I needed it, not having the craziness happen until I was there. And then we got back in stock, and then we had our biggest year ever. So we did 3 times what we did in the year before in 2020. 2021 was the first year that we had our backyard version all year long.
And at this point, you've gone through Ignite 360. You have
I have the tools.
You have the tools.
I have local mentors that I can drop an email to if and when, trust me, I have leaned on so many resources like, hey, this is happening, or do you know anything about putting your product on Amazon? Like so many times I've asked for help.
That's so great.
Yeah, and then 2021, a lot of firsts. It was the first year that we had our consumer product all year long.
Wow.
That MVP Kickstarter product.
Yes.
We started making our professional grade equipment again, and so it was back in stock.
So you're running both.
So you got both.
We managed it. We had a little waiting list for those pro grade machines, and it felt so good to be able to tell them, hey, we can make these again. So if you still want one, like we'll get you one.
Yeah.
It was the first year that we did over $1 million in sales.
Incredible.
Wow.
Yep.
Wow.
And it was the year that I ended up pitching to the Sharks on Shark Tank.
So how did that come up? How did that opportunity come up? And tell us about that, because I know that was another big turning point.
Yeah, so I'll back up just a little bit. Nobody had been paid all the way up until this point.
Oh, wow.
Had to raise some money. Swift Paws hired its first employee in January of 2020. It wasn't me. I wasn't even the first paid employee.
You weren't the first paid.
But then I realized that it would now require everything. I had investors. They were depending on me. I had a team. So I did start paying myself. And I did hire on a few people that year. We got back in stock, and now 2021 is like, it's our year to prove ourselves. So we're selling product, we're in stock. Everybody got a dog during COVID, right? So you're starting to feel the benefits of being where the brand was at the time.
Yeah.
Our pro grade version is back in stock. More clubs are buying that. And later in the summer, so like at the end of summer, a random email from our website like contact form pops in and says like, have you ever thought of applying to Shark Tank? And I'm like, of course, like duh, like anybody with a business has thought of applying to Shark Tank. And so I write this person back and I get on a call and I'm like, ooh, this sounds like a scam.
Yeah, are you
The person that you were talking with, it felt scammy?
They were so sweet. And they were like, yeah, we'll send you over the application and whatever. And they're like, yeah, I saw a video and this looks really cool. Like, we think that, you know, the sharks would love you. You're the American entrepreneur. So being super sweet and just saying, like, there's only one way to get on the show, and that's to apply. But they do have producers and people who are looking for entrepreneurs and small businesses.
Gotcha.
And so they reached out and then kind of encouraged me to apply. They sent me over the application. And it wants like my social security number. And I'm like, wait a minute.
I'm glad you had that discernment. You didn't just be like, ooh,
Spidey sense. Right?
Well, that's when your resources and we venture in your back pocket.
You're like, this is too good to be true.
Should I be giving this sensitive information on the first date? Like,
yeah, this is a little too fast. I'm a little slower.
So it took me about a week or two. I was like, can we get some validation that you actually are working for like MGM or whatever?
You straight up asked her that?
Yeah, I did.
Good
and
for you.
What's amazing is they were like, absolutely, we get it. So it was all very above board. It was actually Shark Tank. So I did fill out all the information.
Cool.
That's a whole new level to be recruited onto the show.
Yeah.
Yeah, what a compliment. Another sign of validation, right?
Yes.
Big one. Yeah.
And I'll never know for sure, but we had a random customer who had bought the product on Amazon, who posted a video to TikTok that ended up with over 20 million views.
Oh.
And the email from Shark Tank came in a few weeks later.
Interesting.
I think they might have seen that video, but we'll never know.
Wow.
But that was the time where people were posting videos of their dogs doing it. And, you know, everybody loves to see a dog having fun. Like there's... Like
my shows all the time.
Oh my God. And just personally, like I'm at my happiest when I'm like in the mornings having a cup of coffee, walking around my property, my dogs are running around, like watching my pets just be super satisfied.
So much joy.
That's the joy. Those are the good moments in
They
life.
are like children.
100%.
Yeah.
And we are happy to see them happy. It's just good. And so obviously we're selling more product. People are getting it. They're sharing video. Who doesn't want to show off their pet, right? Who doesn't want to show off their baby? So more videos are getting out there. UGC is big for us. Our social medias are growing.
Yeah.
And that was when Shark Tank came calling. So I applied, obviously got through the several rounds, and it was very condensed for me. So from the time I applied to when I was in LA with my dog pitching to the Sharks was like 6 weeks.
Oh my gosh, that sounds so fast.
Super fast.
For a lot of people, it's like a year. Like you apply and it...
So the timing was just...
Yeah.
You got in and they were ready
so
and they
quickly.
got you on there.
Okay, I ended up filming on the very last day of filming for all of season 13. And spoiler alert, for anybody who wants to see the episode, you can look it up. It's on YouTube. You can see me cry on national TV. It's totally fine. They made me look so good that their team is so incredibly well oiled, and it's just one of those things where when you see people in their element who are good at their job, they make magic happen. They really truly do. The team and everybody there has worked with each other for several years at this point, and just to be a part of it, so amazing to watch them work. And you can just tell, like, they're jamming, right? Like, they're
super cool.
It was such a cool vibe. I was there on the very last day that they were taping, and I was the first person of the day.
Looking for a dreamy beachfront venue?
Harbor House in Indian Harbor Beach is Florida's premier private oceanfront venue for weddings and special events.
Nestled directly on the sand with all-inclusive packages, warm family-style service, and luxury amenities.
Harbor House makes beachside celebrations effortless and unforgettable. Ooh,
A little nerve-wracking.
Last day, but the first one.
Last day, first person. So I'm waiting there. Like, everything's real, by the way. Like, the doors are real, the hallway's real. Like, it's all...
Oh, so it's not a faux set.
There's no green screen. It's all there. So it is surreal to be standing. So they have me like standing there waiting, and they're like, the main person goes, I guess, out there. I couldn't see, the doors are closed. So the main person is like, I can hear it through the door. All right, everybody, before we bring out our first entrepreneur of the day, I want to just say what a privilege and an honor it's been working with you for all of season 13. 14, and we're gonna watch the teaser for the whole season episode, like the whole series. So they must have played the teaser for the whole cast and everybody to watch and the crew. And he said, and it's my privilege to tell you all that we've just been renewed for season 14.
Wow.
So everybody's like cheering.
Yeah.
The vibe in that room was crazy. It was
That's
like everybody.
so fun.
Yeah, because it's the last day that they're all working together, and
and
They get their jobs back.
they know they've been renewed.
Yeah,
it was so, and I'm a fly on the wall, right? Because like
you're just like,
I'm not really a part of it. I'm like, oh my God, this is amazing.
You are a part of it.
And then it's like, and here's our first entrepreneur, boom, and then like doors open, and
You're like trying to take all this new information in, go through your lines.
yeah.
Wow, what a
So
moment.
I go out there, and it's exactly what you think it is. There's no cuts, there's no do-overs.
No,
It
live.
is.
It's live.
It's
so
pretty much
you
live.
knocked it out of the park, Meghan.
So you only see what, like 8 minutes? You don't see
The whole thing?
everything. I was
Okay.
taping for almost an hour and a half.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
So they really just cut in.
So everything that you see happened, and it happened in that order, but they cut out like we're having a full conversation, right? So they cut out like the stuff that might be boring, right?
Yeah,
Talking about the
yeah.
nitty gritty of your contracts or whatever it might be.
Yeah.
But you do see everything happen kind of in real time, like as it happened and in the order. And so I was really there to do a deal with a shark.
Yeah.
I think you see people who go on the show and they're like, take it or leave it. Like, I'm just here to get on TV.
Yeah,
or,
like the
Your
visibility
end
is
goal,
good enough.
Yeah,
was
I-
to make a deal with one of the sharks.
yeah. And the reason is like, I might know dogs, right? Like I probably understood the sport of lure coursing better than any of the sharks.
Yeah.
But I knew that if any one of them saw enough in me and what I was doing, and I'd had so many incredible mentors, just the business knowledge that they have. I was like, if any single one of them sees something in this to where they're willing to make me an offer, like it will be so valuable to do a deal with one of them. And so of course, fast forward, Lori was so incredibly kind. 3 sharks had gone out.
Oh,
Yeah.
I don't think I realized that.
Oh, yeah. 3 sharks had gone out. Then Robert was thinking about making me a deal. And then Lori starts talking. And she starts saying such sweet, kind things. I think you're incredible. I think what you've built is amazing. Well, I'm thinking to myself that she's buttering me up to let me down.
You're just being nice.
And I'm in my head, I'm like, be gracious, be gracious. Like,
Yeah.
like, okay,
Don't
this
cry,
is it.
don't cry.
Like, yeah.
It's fine.
And so then she reaches down and she pulls out her golden ticket, which I wear. Like, it's a little corny, but I do wear it.
That's what that is?
This is Lori's golden ticket.
Oh my God.
That's the actual.
This is the actual one.
Oh
yeah.
my God, amazing.
That's so cool. I would totally wear it.
It is.
Too.
Well,
That is
she
so
hands it to me
cool.
after taping, and she says, "Don't lose it. It's real gold."
Oh,
I was so scared I was going to lose it, so it's. I ended up putting it on a chain.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Great.
Yeah, so the golden ticket is her thing. The other sharks kind of think it's a little BS. Like they think it's corny. They're like, "Oh, you can sign my contract with my golden pen." Like
Oh, that's funny.
they're so mean. They make fun of her for it.
Hilarious.
But for her,
It's symbolic.
it's symbolic. So what it means is she only offers it once a season. And some seasons she doesn't even offer it.
Wow.
And it means that she believes so much in the entrepreneur, the business, what it is, the whole picture, that she is going to make you an offer of exactly what you went in asking for.
Oh.
So it means like no negotiation. I want to be your partner.
Dude.
I'll give you the deal you asked for.
Incredible.
I've watched the show. I'm a fan of the show. So I had seen the
such a
golden
good
ticket
show.
before. And I'll be honest with you, I was watching a previous season and I saw her offer the golden ticket to somebody else. And in my mind, this is like before I was going.
Yeah,
like I
yeah,
knew
yeah.
that I was going to be on the show.
Yeah.
I was like binge watching the previous season just for like, research. And I saw her give out the golden ticket and my brain thought, that's amazing. It'll never happen to me.
Oh.
I just completely dismissed it. And how many times especially as women, in
we
our
do
lives, do we think,
Everyone.
yeah, I'm not worth it. That'll never happen to me. I could never, it would never. And I think we sometimes cut ourselves short before we even go after the thing.
Yeah.
And so I also wear it because it reminds me that I am worth it and what I'm doing is valuable. And
oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Such a, yeah.
and
like
other
you need that
people
reminder.
see it too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like we should all wear golden tickets.
That's going to be your new thing too.
Yeah.
You can pass that on.
It truly is, and it feels like. And we actually, when we aired, we made little golden ticket dog cookies and gave them out to people.
So cute.
Yeah.
I got to see Meghan just before she flew out to LA, the day before even.
It was like that same week, and I was panicking because the Shark Tank team had said, we want you to arrive camera ready. And I didn't know how to do my own makeup. I'm not a makeup girly. I'm a ponytail and like athletic gear going out in the field to run dogs. And so I got connected with Darcy.
So we did a class together. We did a private lesson.
Yes.
And where I showed Meghan how to do a camera ready look where her face won't melt under the hot lights.
Wow.
And it was so cool. But she was like, had to swear me to secrecy.
I was like, you can't tell a soul.
Tell anybody this. This is so top secret. And I was like, oh, but
I want to share.
It's so good. It's so good because it's such a big deal.
Yeah,
it
is.
Massive.
And
I
they do swear you to secrecy. Like one of the big things is you don't know who's going to be on the next episode.
Yeah, because they need to use all of that.
It's a surprise. Yeah. And so if you see me on Shark Tank, that's thanks to Darcy. The fact that I looked put together.
Our town is so tight. We are all so interconnected. It's
that is
wild.
So fun. Okay, so I want to jump to, so you're on Shark Tank. Now, from the outside, it looks like, okay, you made it. This is it. Success. And you go up from there. Tell us what that actually looked like after Shark Tank. What really happened?
Yeah, I mean, so clearly Shark Tank happened and I'm a millionaire and I live on the beach now and I never have another work.
Never have to work again. Perfect.
There's so many times in life where at the outside it might look like it's never going better and on the inside the hard work is just beginning. And Shark Tank was so that moment for me. So the product that I took with me on Shark Tank was the Kickstarter product. It was an MVP, a minimum viable product. It was very expensive to make. It cost $500 to my customers. It was a very and you know, I've always been about quality, safety, durability, accessibility, and you see that thing of like cheap, fast, good. You can only pick two, right? It's so hard to build something, to do it at an affordable price point. So this product that I just shared with the world was not a viable, long-term, scalable product.
No.
It was an oversized good on Amazon. If I sold twice as many, I would lose twice as much money.
Oh my gosh. So,
I did not have the margins to go into retail. Like even if a big retailer came to me, it cost me too much. I couldn't make it efficiently enough.
That's
so at
crushing.
This peak moment of success, like, oh my God, Shark Tank, it's happened. They believe in it. Lori believes in it.
Yeah.
I realized that to stay true to building the product I wanted to build, and honestly, like, and I even said it on Shark Tank, I wanted to make it more affordable. Robert beat me up about that. He was like, $500? That's not really affordable. It's like, look, dude, when I started, this thing was $6,000.
It is for a certain demographic.
Yes, and our customers at that point were competitors who wanted to practice at home, and but not affordable for everybody, right? If you live in an apartment and you wanted to use it for your cats, 530 miles an hour machine is overkill for an apartment.
It's not quite consumer
friendly.
So there was room to grow, but I realized we would have to go back to the drawing board.
Wow.
And also like kudos to Lori, right? Like she supported that.
That's huge.
Because she could have
wasn't like, I'm out.
She could have said, whoa, I didn't sign up for this. She also could have said, well, why don't we just ship it off to China and get it made cheaper? What you're making now, just let's say. She could have, right? There's so many things that she could have given me really sound business advice, but maybe something that would have like not disconnected me from how I wanted to run my business. And instead, she's such a supporter of other women entrepreneurs. She's an inventor. She's an entrepreneur. She gets it. And so she was like, you know, let's do it. Like if this is the direction you think this needs to go in, make that happen. And so did everybody around me. So I had to raise more money. I had to go back into debt,
So you're like starting over.
It was like starting a brand new business. So I have spent the last 3 years post Shark Tank in the red, scaling the product down in both size and price. And this is the first year that we now have 2 new flagship products.
Wow.
We have Chase and Pounce. On Shark Tank, I said that my target price was $199. Pounce retails for $199.
Great.
That's amazing.
Pounce is our indoor version for cats and little dogs. Chase retails for $299.
Okay.
And that's our scaled down outdoor version that can still do up to 20 miles an hour. It's perfect for smaller backyards.
Reasonable.
Yes, and we still have our other products, Home Original, Home Plus. They're still $500 and up, but you get
The
to,
whole range now.
yes, you get to pick the power that you need.
Yeah.
If you don't need a machine that can run an acre, you don't have to pay for it.
Right, right.
And this is also, you're talking to me like a month after starting to run EBITDA positive for the first time since going all the way back to the drawing board.
14 years.
Mm-hmm.
What a journey.
Yeah, highs and
up
lows.
and down. But you stayed true to your values, your beliefs. In fact, you leaned in even deeper in some of the most challenging moments to make really hard decisions. And it is so admirable how you stayed true to that. Even when you were on Shark Tank and, you know, you could have made so many different choices.
Yeah.
And that's amazing. And I think it really shows up in your brand. It's why you have this authentic following. And I mean, clearly, anyone that's ever met you knows how much you love pets.
So
like, this is
passionate.
not just a hobby. It might have started off as what looks like a hobby, but it's truly been ingrained in your entire life.
At the end of the day, I feel like I'm a real testament to being able to do things in your hometown.
Yeah, give a
Right?
shout out to all the companies you work with today, because all that production, you still do most of it here, right?
We do a lot of it here. We have, continue to have amazing relationships with Groundswell and WeVenture. And then additionally, assembly partners like Brevard Achievement Center. Yes, our packaging. We have this really cool retail display now that Giver Packaging works with us on. Yeah, the team at Giver is local, and the founder, his family has like 100 years of experience in the paper industry.
Oh my gosh.
What?
That's
Like
amazing.
it skipped a generation or two, but like he has like ancestors who were in paper, and now he's doing custom packaging right here.
That's
cool.
so
Yeah,
cool.
all my product design, we've got Pounce and Chase. That's by a local company called Lossy, Matt Mayer. The engineering resources that we have between Conduction Technologies and also Catania Enterprises here locally. All of my IP, right? Like intellectual property is so important when you're inventing things. That's done here locally by Lowndes. I am truly a testament to Brevard County and being able to do things locally. There's stuff that we can't do here in the US that we can't do here locally, but when we can do it in our own backyards, I think we should.
Yeah.
And so that's why I'm so grateful to be a guest here too, because I love that you're sharing these stories, and I feel so honored to be a part of the first season.
Yeah.
Meghan, thank you so
Thank
much
you
for
so
being with us today
much.
and sharing your story.
Thank you for listening to Her Story podcast, brought to you by WeVenture Women's Business Center, a program of the Florida Tech Fisk College of Business, in partnership with our wonderful sponsors. Together, we are building a thriving and diverse small business ecosystem that enriches our entire community. At WeVenture, we offer free business coaching, low and no-cost business education, mentorship, and leadership development programs to help you confidently launch and grow your business. Visit weventure.fit.edu to schedule your first free coaching session or learn more about our programs and services. No matter where you are on your entrepreneurial journey, you don't have to build alone. WeVenture WBC would be honored to be a part of your success story.